Something hit my Apple Watch and popped it, and I just noticed that I saw like orange paint, and I didn't, I didn't know what it was, but I thought a lawnmower was kicking up rocks, and so I looked at the street. I just looked at it like with empathy, like, man, that sucks when rocks hit your windshield. And then I felt it again, like I felt more rocks, like I heard them, rocks, right? And I'm like, I don't know, it didn't dawn on me that those were gunshots at all.
My block, my hero. This is the power of storytelling, and this is why these short docs can make a massive impact. Him sharing his story, sharing his work, the brushes with violence, just that vulnerability and that motivation for people to understand what people are going through will absolutely make all the difference. Through storytelling and inviting the audience to sit with, to focus on, and to empathize with these traumatic experiences will not only bring awareness, but will bring that action that is so necessary to provide resources for a very vital group. I think this was a really well-crafted film. We had so many layers, hearing what the problem was, then being invited into the group, and then seeing the impact of community and of positive community and forward thinking and opportunities outside of the violence that people have to see, and being able to be seen as a learner, as a creator is really important. And I think, the centering of the gravity of the violence and problems in Chicago, so that the safe space, this beacon of hope that is my block, my city, my hood, my city, just felt like a clear answer. And the contribution of this program was undeniable. And the joy, I think, was a really important thing that they centered on. So great pacing, really well crafted, and I hope this gets far and wide.
My block, my hero. When you grow up somewhere that has a history of violence to it, there are two things that you can kind of do. You could succumb to it and kind of just accept that, this is where I'm from, this is what happens, here it is what it is. Or you can try to engage and be a part of change, especially not just for yourself, but for others, and more pointedly for the next generation. And that's what we see the individuals here doing through these wonderful programs. They are making an effort, a meaningful effort, to make things better so that the next generation doesn't have to endure these hardships and these dangers and this violence that they've had to endure. The stories here are so candid, honest, and we feel a part of them in a way that's quite visceral. It's really well done.
My block, my hero. I really, really liked this. I thought this was an impressive story, and I love the idea of sharing his corner of the world, sharing his part of Chicago, and breaking down some of the stereotypes or some of the reputation that comes along with that, and showing that the city is more than what you might hear about in the news, or what how they get talked about, or how different aspects of that city gets talked about. And I think that that's true of all cities, like major cities at least. I think that they can all kind of carry or parts of them can carry a very negative reputation. But if you talk to the people that actually live there, I feel like you will get a very, very different retelling, or a very, very different, history or, experience. And obviously he did experience violence. He did experience, some crazy stuff happening to him, with getting shot multiple times in broad daylight, just while he's like out on a run, and to the point of not even realizing, what was happening, because it was so, kind of out of nowhere. But making the choice to take that experience and to take that situation and turn it into something that is igniting change, and using that as a jumping off point, using that as in creating a platform around that, creating a program around that to affect change in that community, I think is so powerful. And his commitment to impacting these kids' lives, I think, is incredible. And the experiences that these kids are able to have because of this program that they wouldn't have had before, and showing the differences in, you know, just location and how even different just the schools are and their resources are when you go from one location to the next, even within the same state, even within the same city, and doing what he can to help change that story and to help change what these kids are able to experience and what they have access to, that is regardless of the school district that they're in, or, you know, the exact school that they attend. And I think that that is so amazing. And like I said, just the commitment to use what he went through and say, enough is enough. What can I do to make sure that somebody else doesn't go through this? How can I affect change for the next generation? How can I change their lives and start to change everything within my city, my community? And I think that that's such an admirable, amazing story, point, lesson, all of it. And then I did love hearing about the not just the origin of this program, but also hearing the different things that they offer and what they do and how they really tried to build community pride and really tried to build a sense of community within their community. I thought was absolutely wonderful to hear about. I really loved this. I found it very, very, very inspirational.
I always like stories about people who are making a difference. We hear about what's going on in Chicago all the time with the shootings, and I'm glad that this organization, this man, and then the organization he founded, is trying to do something where in the future it's not that big of a deal. They're showing kids that they have better options. They're showing them different career fields, getting them interested in college, getting them interested in working with a passion where it shows them that they can do it too. And it's horrific because, like they said, they lost one of the members and raised a bunch of funds for their charity through them, and felt a little bad profiting off death, but it raised awareness because this is a problem with the Chicago shootings. It's definitely an issue, and for somebody to be the hero that Chicago needs, the south side of Chicago, is amazing because you're giving kids a new option, a new lease on life, essentially, that say there is a better tomorrow and you can be the one to change it. It's just an amazing and remarkable thing that these people are doing to change their own community.
This film is called My Block, My Hero. This was a very moving short film. I was so amazed by all the work Jahmal has done to help youth. I think it's scary that he was shot so many times, but he has taken those scary experiences to motivate him to seek justice. Fabulous interviews of others working with him, amazing footage of the area, and cuts to photos and videos of youth doing interesting activities to broaden their life experiences. Nice, chill soundtrack under the actions. Well done. My Block, My Hero. Check it out.